Finally, a microcomputer that you can use as a storage solution, firewall, media server, and a whole lot more. The idea behind this device is to replace those old Dell Optiplex servers that you probably have laying around. Yeah, you know who you are. Ever since I got this device, I've been tinkering with it and using it in different scenarios to fully test this puppy out. Before we unbox it, I do want to let you know that the team at Icewhale sent this unit out to me to test and gave me full freedom to use it however I like. So everything that you're seeing here is based on my actual experience with the device. Inside the box, you get the Zima board 2, as well as an accessories kit, and in the accessories kit, you get dual SATA connectors for hard drives, as well as a universal power adapter. Inside the main box, you also get a cardboard cutout that you can use to hold the Zima board and 2 SSDs, but honestly, I wouldn't use this cardboard setup because you could easily 3D print a drive bay if you really wanted to. Otherwise, Zima does sell an optional NAS kit for the board that's built out of aluminum. With the NAS kit, you get the enclosure, a cooling fan, a PCIe extender, and pretty much everything that you need to turn this into a little juggernaut of a server. And honestly, it's pretty affordable at $45 as of recording this video. When I assembled all the accessories, you could definitely tell that they put some time and effort into this design. I don't know how much this little fan does, but we will have to see later on after using it. Otherwise, the NAS kit fits perfectly, and they have a side bracket which you can mount a graphics card, a video card, or a 10 gig NIC to the side of it, which is really nice. For the ports, we have a barrel plug for power, two 2.5 gig Ethernet ports, two USB 3.1 ports, and a mini display port 1.4. On the one side, we have a PCIe 3.0 slot, which is an upgrade from the first Zima board having a PCIe 2.0 slot. Then on the other side, you have two SATA 3.0 slots for hard drives that you can expand up to 36 terabytes of storage space, which would be perfect if you're looking for an affordable NAS solution, especially using Open NAS OS, which you could set up directly on the Zima board too. Inside, you get two different configurations. Both configurations have the same port selection and have the Intel N150 processor, which has 4 cores and boosts up to 3.6 GHz. The first configuration, being the 832, has 8 GB of LPDDR5 RAM and 32 gigs of onboard storage. And the 1664 model comes with 16 GB of LPDDR5 RAM and 64 GB of onboard storage. Otherwise, everything else is the same when comparing both configurations. The 4 cores might be a bit limiting when launching a bunch of VMs or Docker containers, so we'll have to see how it performs a bit later. After plugging in the board 2 into power and connecting the Ethernet cable, you can find the UI when you type in zimaos.local into any browser. You will then be greeted with a welcome page where you could select your language, then you'll set up your username and password. After that, you get some instructions on their smart connector, remote access, and peer drop where you could send files from the Zima client app. I found that I needed to update this device, and it shows you the bug fixes and improvements before you update, which is really nice. After updating the board 2, I went into the storage options where you could find many settings to look at your bays or create RAID arrays for redundancy, which is really nice to see. After enabling it and formatting my hard drive, it was ready to use. What's really cool is you can drag and drop files straight from your computer into the UI, like Google Drive, making it super easy to store files and back them up. I really like how clean and minimal this OS is compared to a lot of others. This is pretty much a one-to-one copy of CentOS, with Zima's own touches. Feel free to install any type of OS that you want on this device. Now we will install some apps like Home Assistant, Plex, OpenClaw, and WireGuard. These are the apps that I have in my environment that I wanted to transfer straight to this device. And if you wanted to install any other apps, there are plenty to choose from in the App Store. Or you can install using an external link if you choose to go that route as well. Downloading the Zima client on devices like iOS, Android, Mac, and Windows makes it easy to connect to, and it automatically finds it on your local network. I will be installing more applications on this device to see how it pairs up with compared to other small servers, so you might want to subscribe if you enjoy this type of content. I also came across some apps that needed more tinkering, so I had to enable SSH in developer settings, and I would highly recommend everyone to do the same because you will definitely need it when installing some apps. When I have some apps running, you can see it on the side that it isn't pulling too much CPU load, which is really nice if you have more than 4 apps running at the same time. We will definitely review how this handles after a few months to see long-term use. Overall, the Zima Board 2 is a great device that feels polished with both the hardware design and the OS that's installed. But it isn't without its limitations. The limiting factor for this device is upgradability. It feels like once you buy the model that you want, that's what you get. And if you wanted to upgrade either the RAM or CPU, you would need to get a newer model or something completely different. Also, this device is powerful, but it won't replace your Threadripper server by any means. It is definitely appealing to get rather than the Raspberry Pi or an old Optiplex. If you're still watching and you're interested in buying the Zima Board 2, you can use code PEAKTECH15 for $15 off your purchase. I get no commissions, so this is a thanks from Icewhale team. And if you wanted a similar device with fewer functions, you could check out the Zima Blade, which I also reviewed in the previous video. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.